Thank you for joining me for this random video I'm wanting to share with you. So it's hard not to become emotional. I'll just take some deep breaths and realise the bigger picture of all this. So one of the things about, I've just done a community video for money. And it's so interesting how money is about spirit. Money is about our energy. Our energy has been captured in many ways. It's been enslaved for so many years. We don't know anything different. You can go back to many years of when you look at enslavement. So I can go back to the 1700s, where my great-great-grandfather from Ireland was taken over to Montserrat in the West Indies, where my grandma was born. Many of the history books do not cover the history of that. There was a bit of a triangle from Ireland to Montserrat to England. So there's this triangle, and I went to, in fact, I've completed the triangle. I was born in England, and when I was 40, I went over to Montserrat, or near to Montserrat, because the island has an active volcano, so it's not so easy to get to Montserrat. And then in 2016, actually it was before then, I'd gone over to Ireland. So I'd actually completed that triangle in a bit of a way. I didn't go from Ireland to Montserrat. That triangle was completed. And it's really, history is so important, but many of us don't get to really understand our history because we're reliant upon somebody else sharing that truth. And some people don't want to share that truth. And so I know that when I went over on the cruise to Ireland, not to Ireland, to the West Indies, I had damaged my ankle. I hadn't at the beginning of the trip. I had got off the train to help my mum to put her suitcases onto the train. And as I put my foot down, I injured my ankle. And for the whole of the time that I was on the cruise, I was limping around the boat. And as I was limping, I felt so sad. It was 2007. It's 13 years ago. I felt this real heavy sadness. It was beyond anything that I'd ever felt before. It was a deep feeling. And it was only when I came back that my friend said to me, "You do realise that it was the year of the abolition, 200-year abolition of the transatlantic slavery trade." The time that we were on that boat in 2007, February, it was the abolition for 200 years. So right there and then, for 200 years, I'd experienced that emotion. It was so heavy, it was palatable. You could almost taste it. That was 2007. 2017, 10 years later, I was in Ireland volunteering, and I injured my ankle. I literally just stepped out of the car, perfectly fine before I got into the car. I stepped out of the car, my ankle was injured. I spent a good 3 months volunteering at a Buddhist retreat, limping for the whole time that I was there. And whilst I was there, I got a reflexology session, and Elaine had said, this ankle relates to a grandfather, the grandfather energy. And I didn't know at that point that my grandfather was from, my great-great-great-great-great-grandfather was from Ireland. And it was only when I went into a pub where an Irish fisherman, no name Mighty, said, Ireland. He said, actually, where are you from? That was the first thing. And said that in 1984, he watched a documentary about men being taken from Cork, from Southern Ireland, over 2 months in the 16th, 1700s. I had no doubt about that whatsoever. I didn't need to look at the history books. That was history right there in front of me. And this is why it's really important it's been important for me for a long time to share story, to hear the vibration of story from voice, to raise our voices in sharing our story. That's why this process is so important. To switch on the video camera and just talk and not have those filters and not to feel ashamed of any story. Just sharing your truth. The power of healing that can give not just me, but hopefully to you listening as well, is to trigger those emotions, those long held deep emotions of our ancestors. To release those is what they're asking us to do by sharing who we are, how we got to where we are today. The battle still goes on, but yet I can see there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And in a way, I feel that light is me. It's like, actually, that's what the light is. Going through and just keeping on going and just knowing that this is in honour of all those ancestors, all our ancestors that went before us, that here we are. This is a time where we're able to communicate online to thousands of people and to have this archive for years to come. That our children and our children's children never have to experience what we're going through right now, and really, really clear the path so that each child can stand on solid ground and feel proud of who they are and to step up into their brilliance and magnificence of what they're here to bring to our world. You know, each child has got a secret within them, but yet we don't have the ways to be able to really just hold that space and nurture that child back to earth. You know, that our children are our gifts to earth, to keep the earth recycling and fill them with as much love and nourishment so that they're able to contribute to the best of their abilities in reaching their potential. They don't have to go through all the experiences of clearing all that density in order to live an abundant life. So that's this bridge of transition, got all these layers, and my goal is to really share the importance of removing those layers. And the way that we do that is through the tool empowerment toolkit. It's been gifted, and I know now more than ever the importance of it. Just to have nurtured it to the degree that it's been nurtured, is to really support the empowerment for each person to take that toolkit like it's a magic portion, and to apply it to their lives, to take it in and apply it, and then to blossom and flourish in using the tools to help them to reach their potential. This, for me, this process is about me reaching my potential. And how do I get this gift out to as many people as possible using the tools and the facilities that I've got? So I'm really happy. Sorry, I've got to get some tissue in my nose. So I'm really delighted to be here sharing this process so that it's helping me to step and move out of my way in order for me to be able to reach out to many, many people. It's felt a human lonely place because I have been guided so much from so much energy from spirit. And it's not easy to know. I'm just going to pause the video while I pull my nose, or else it's not really ladylike. Sorry about that. Oh, it's my ankle, my wrist. And so the ankle, has been a very significant part of the body that I've had to explore at times that I've been nudged like that, then the ankle just reminded me, banging my wrist on the table, that our spirits, our ancestors, our guides come to us in so many different ways, and whatever you want to call them, Christ consciousness, source, or higher being, or higher self, give us clues. Sometimes we don't always hear them. Sometimes we doubt them. They are very much a personal journey. And so sharing this element of story for me just felt so important to anchor, just to anchor in and let go of all those experiences of isms, all those experiences of people being treated differently because of the colour of the skin, because of their abilities. We're now in a new energy where we no longer need to worry about any of that. But at the same time, we're in the process of clearing this up and opening people's minds up. And so I know I'm steering the ship of some amazing people. And my goal is for each of us to shine as leaders in this new energy, this new earth that we're ushering in. It's about inclusive of everybody, that all people's energies are included, regardless of their abilities, regardless of their qualifications. It's about being able to have tools to help people through that transition until we can work out how are we doing this? Who are the leaders that are going to help guide us? Because many of us are looking outside of ourselves. But what if that leader's you? Why not? And that's what I tell myself. Look in the mirror. You are the leader. How are you going to lead today? And that the leading for me is just sharing with people something that a resource that may help them, may not help them. I'm here to serve. I'm here to give. And I also thought about that today, that many of us, I always say many of us because it feels like many of us, but energetically it feels like many of us. And in the physical and the reality, it's kind of like I've experienced a lot of people over the years who have been takers. I know that I'm a giver. It's something that I probably over given in many ways. It's just naturally who I am. And that's what my mission is now, is to find the givers, to find those people that give unconditionally. Because this is a gift back to humanity. This is about giving back. It's a gift. And it's about, how do I find people who are going to hold such high integrity to be able to do the same? Givers do that. I look back when I start looking at givers and takers, and it's just so simple, but yet it's so obvious as well that many people don't know how to give. So that's my thinking at this moment in time. That was my cue with my good talking. So yeah, if you are a giver and you're wanting to look at new ways of giving where you're respecting yourself and your self-worth and valuing who you are and want to hold yourself in that high regard, do message me, because that's what this time is about now, is finding and nurturing the givers so that we can strengthen ourselves to keep on going out there and giving more. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Bye bye for now.